Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Szalay, the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Happy spooky month, everyone. Today I'll be unboxing and flipping through the Stranger Things Tarot Deck and Guidebook. This is written by Gilly and illustrated by Sándor Szalay, I believe is how you pronounce the surname. Apologies if I mispronounced it. This is published by Insight Editions, and Insight Editions did send me this for the purposes of review. It was one of the decks that I requested for Spooky Month, so you'll be seeing this one as well as Hocus Pocus and the Tarot del Toro coming soon on my channel, if not already up. I don't know when any of those are going to be coming out, so definitely check out my channel to see what's already been posted. So let's take a look at this one. I actually really love Stranger Things. I have watched the show. I waiting for the last season. When is it coming? I don't know. But I am excited whenever that happens. I think this show was great, in my opinion. It had some very great, like a good storyline, in my opinion. So they picked up, I guess, the rights from Netflix and decided to make a deck. This came out, I believe, last year, I think. So I'm excited to get into it. It says here that it includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and 124 page guidebook. In the back it says Netflix Emmy award winning series Stranger Things has captivated the imaginations of millions of viewers all around the world. Now fans can experience this series like never before, while the first official Stranger Things tarot deck, with the first official Stranger Things tarot deck. Featuring original artwork inspired by classic tarot iconography, this 78 card deck comprises both major and minor arcana and depicts fan favorite characters, imagery, and themes from Stranger Things. This does retail for $27.99 in the US, $36.99 in Canada. Now, I know this is not really the type of deck that you would have during Spooky Month, in my opinion. Definitely one that can be used at any point in time throughout the year, which is really nice. But I feel like with the storyline that Stranger Things is, with the Upside Down, it's very like ominous and creepy, and you have those creatures and whatnot. So I feel like it is a good deck to use during spooky season if you're into Stranger Things and really a fan. And really understand, like, I guess have seen the show and whatnot, you know who the characters are. So let's get into it. Obviously, it's in a 2-piece box, like every single Insight Editions deck. The inside is just like a graphite kind of gray color. So is around the box. We have a ribbon, like always, to pick up the book and the deck. The outside of the box was shrink wrapped. I don't remember if there was a thing around the cards. I don't think so. Was there? There might have been, or maybe not. I don't remember, honestly. I try to take things off if there's plastic and stuff right away. Just to put in the recycling and whatnot. But yeah, I don't remember there being anything around the cards. But the outside, I do remember being shrink wrapped. Okay, so we'll get into the cards soon. So let's get into the guidebook first. So as you can see here, okay, so we have a table of contents. It says, welcome to Hawkins, where things are strange and just keep getting stranger. Well, I like that. So we have meeting your deck. We have the major arcana, minor arcana. Okay, so they seem to have changed the names of the suits, strands, scoops, dice, and spokes. We have tarot readings, so the readings, new in town, Curiosity Voyage, Out of the Cave, Power Surge, About the Author, About the Illustrator. Okay. So we have Meeting Your Deck. Okay, here. Let's see here. Okay, so Strands is fire, so that would be the suit of wands. So wands. Scoops is pentacles. Spokes are cups. Okay. Dice is swords. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I don't mind. The dice seems good. I see dice as a logical thing, so this makes sense. Strands. What exactly is strands? Okay, they're all like the lights and stuff. Lights. Lights. Yeah, okay, lights, that's fine. Illumination. Okay, I see that as wands. That's fine. I'm confused by scoops and spokes. I think I would have switched the two. Because you have ice cream. Yeah, I think I would have switched these two. But freedom of movement, spontaneous adventures, being carried away by the enthusiasm of youth. These cards represent being ruled by your emotions, deal in matters of the heart, which can be both exhilarating and challenging. Interesting. Or maybe, I don't know. I'd have to think about these two, but these two are kind of giving me a little bit of pause. These two make sense, but these two, for me, they make sense. These two, I need to think about it more, I think. Think about it more, or just understand a little better. Maybe read those suits and see. Okay, so we do have the name of the person that's in the card. That's good. Good. We also have upright and then upside down. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we do have the names for the court cards. That's good. Okay. We seem to still have we seem to still have a good length of information. Okay, let's go into the back. So we have some information here on tarot readings, new in town, curiosity voyage, out of that cave, power surge, and then about the author and about the illustrator. Okay. Okay, we'll read from the guidebook. I definitely want to read specifically from spokes and scoops to see how they sound. And then, of course, I want to read a court card And a major, for sure. Oh, one of the cards is, ooh. So one of the cards is damaged. Oh, okay. Or wasn't cut properly or something. Okay, hopefully I can fix that. Maybe I'll just cut along the edge and it'll be okay. Okay, well, let's get into it though, and then we shall see. Their cardstock is a bit thin in this deck. I noticed that right away when I picked this up. I actually, if you've seen my unboxing of the Necronomicon Tarot, I have to say that's probably my most favorite cardstock from Inside Editions. They did really well with that deck, in my opinion, in terms of cardstock, quality, fantastic. So this is obviously an older deck, so it seems like maybe they've learned from the experience of this. This is a bit thin. I would say that if they're watching, and hopefully they are, that the Necronomicon Tarot is a good base for thickness of card plus the type of card that it is, because that cardstock is luscious, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. So I definitely recommend that their decks continuously come out in that kind of cardstock. I think it would probably provide a better quality, in my opinion, or a better user experience, in my opinion, from using that particular deck. And I have been using it quite a bit. So yes, very impressed with that deck. Let's see how this holds up. Like, I shuffle overhand, so I don't really care as much about the thinness as long as it shuffles well. But I know other people watching do riffle shuffle. So I'm wondering, obviously sometimes a thinner card is better for riffle shuffling, but I'm wondering for those who have this deck and riffle shuffle, how you like it. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. So we have the Fool. The Magician. The High Priestess. So we have numbers starting with the Magician. The Empress. The Emperor. This makes sense. These make sense as the Empress Emperor. I really like them as the Empress Emperor. This guy, the Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. I love that the Wheel of Fortune is an ego. Justice. The Hanged Man. This was an epic scene. The scene was so good. Death. Oh, interesting. Temperance. The Devil. Makes sense as the Devil. The Tower. Ooh. I like that. Star. Moon. Sun. Judgment. And then the world. This is a nice world card. Okay, so we're going into wands first. Him as the Knight of Wands is so funny. And Page of Wands. The Ace. The 2. So this is definitely a little bit more pippish than I was thinking. A little more pippish. Here's the 3. Four. For the 4, we have a door. Definitely interesting. Five, we have a light bulb. Six. I remember this part. 7. 8. Interesting. Interesting 8 of wands. Typically in the 8 of wands, we see, just the 8 wands. Just seeing what it says here. But in this, they're all a bundle. Of course, we see multiple lights on. It says that, like the strands of lights flashing in Joyce's house, the 8 of strands finds you sparkling with momentum. Things are happening. Communication is vibrant. Your confidence is growing. You are being called to be decisive. In the upside down, which is the reversed, we have when one light burns out, the whole strand can fail. Sometimes out of alignment. Definitely interesting. I just don't see the movement. Unless the ball of light is supposed to be moving in some way, but definitely interesting. I'm going to have to sit with that one, I think. Too bad we're seeing the back of the monster instead of the front. I thought that could have been interesting. So we have the 10. Okay, so the 10 is the scene when Joyce is writing all the letters on the wall to communicate with her son. Okay, then we get into Pentacles. Banana split for the 3 of Pentacles. So there's definitely some crumbling. That ice cream. So the 6 of Scoops is supposed to be represented the 6 of Pentacles. I don't really feel that connection in the imagery of like the generosity that you're supposed to get, or like the giving. I would say that if there was another hand and one of the hands was giving an ice cream to the person, then maybe that would be much better imagery, but this I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this I like because it's indicative of actually I forgot for a second that this was pentacles and not cups. This would have been good for cups, in my opinion. Very indicative of the choices that you have, not being able to select, so you have a whole bunch of different ice creams. But Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, typically about the seeds you plant. I'm gonna have to compare, I think, the scoops with the... Okay. Oh, wait. There's also the... Okay. These are the scoops. I'm gonna have to compare this with the actual spokes, which is supposed to be cups. This is supposed to be the 8 of Pentacles. Doesn't feel very crafty. I would have said if they did more of a scene where a hand is scooping up ice cream, that would be more indicative of an 8 of Pentacles because of craft and mastering your craft. But this, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really on the fence about the cup. So this is the one with the... I wonder if I could just take that off. I should probably cut this or something. Okay, I fixed it a bit. It'll have to do for now, I guess. Okay, so those are the scoops. Then we have the dice. Oh yeah, this guy. The dice kind of make sense to me because of the logic that goes into playing a game. So this I think is okay. I find the imagery way too pippish, in my opinion. And I usually don't mind a pip deck, but this is like, I don't know. It has like scenes with something pippish in the middle. So it's kind of hard to read, in my opinion. Okay, so then we get into the spokes. Which is supposed to be cups. Right? Cups, yeah. I can tell you right now that the quartz look way more earthy to me than Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Flat tires and two things. Six. Yeah, this feels way more... Seven. This is indicative of daydreaming. Eight. Nine. And 10. Yeah, I feel like the spokes are way more pentacles and the cups are way more I mean the scoops are way more cups related in my opinion. Because this could be a literally disappointment. And this feels way more of choice and not being able to choose, so you just literally pile on everything. Yeah, they feel the opposite to me. I don't know why they chose specifically those or if that's a mistake and they were supposed to be switched. Because, like, if I'm looking at, like, 3 of Scoops, for example, which is that Sunday, if I'm looking at this, okay, in the guidebook, the guidebook says that you have set your sights on a goal and plan to manifest it, and now the 3 of Scoops is nudging you to build a team. Share your inspiration with others, seek partners who think differently than you do, and say ahoy to the diverse crew of collaborators. You'll be setting sail on an ocean of flavor in no time. But I don't know, the imagery itself doesn't really fit pentacles. Like, this information is pentacles, but it doesn't really fit, like, the imagery doesn't really fit pentacles. I'm really going to have to sit with these 2 suits because I really don't. What about the 7 of... Okay, so 7 of Scoops is supposed to be 7 of Pentacles. And it's like, is your sailor hat throwing off your game, blocking your important asset? Maybe, but maybe you're pushing a little too hard. Are you worried that everything you're doing will go unnoticed? It's valid to desire recognition for your efforts, but you're being encouraged to slow down. Practice mindfulness and take some time to appreciate where you are, even if it means wearing a dorky hat. Yeah, I'm really going to have to sit with these because I don't get them. Looking at 9 of Spokes. 9 of Cups is the wish card. It's considered the wish card. Or like wishes coming true kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to sit with these because I don't know. I really don't. So I already stated earlier that the cardstock is thin. It is matte. Standard tarot. A little tiny bit bigger than standard tarot. Like a little smidge of a difference in terms of height and width. Not too bad in my opinion. Let's see how it shuffles. Oh, I didn't show the backs. These are the backs. Sorry, they do keep fingerprints. So it says Stranger Things on the back. Not reversible. So you'll know if they're reversed, obviously. So they do clump a bit, but I think with time they should be okay. Like with use. Okay, for now I think that's good. Let's select some cards. We have the Two of Spokes, Ten of Scoops, Queen of Dice, and I want a major card. No, I want a major card. Here, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I don't know if I have space for all of these. No, I don't. Okay. 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 Two of Spokes. Here, Two of Spokes. Upright. This card finds you riding in tandem, so sync with another person that it's hard to remember a time before they were in your life. This could be platonic pal or even someone you met at science camp, but whatever the type of bond you're forming, this card confirms that it's significant. There is no certainty with any relationship, but the Two of Spokes indicates that even if things do end, you won't ever regret having this person in your life. Upside down. Love is in the air, and you're letting someone special ride on the back of your bike. You're letting someone special ride on the back of your bike yourself. The upside down of Two of Spokes encourages you to adore who you are, just as you are. No one is perfect, but everyone deserves a perfect love. And right now, you're being called to appreciate, protect, and cherish yourself. Okay? So in the guidebook, it's very indicative of Two of Cups. But when I look at the imagery, I don't really feel Two of Cups. So, yes. So this is what I read. Oops. This is what I read. Okay. So let's read the Ten of Scoops. According to Robin's whiteboard tallies, you are officially in your rule territory. This card finds you in a place of security and advises you to stay there. Think of it this way. You know your favorite ice cream flavor, and now isn't the time to experiment with something else just because it might be better. Okay? Stick to what you know. Enjoy traditions and routines as well as the rewards that come from being settled. There will be plenty of opportunities to sample what life has to offer. Upside down. The more you have, the more you want, or so suggests the card in an upside down position. You may be feeling pressure to keep up with certain expectations or an influent image, but have you considered whether it truly benefits you? You are being urged to reconsider what's most important to you before pursuing something superficial and fleeting. Interesting. So again, it's indicative of the Ten of Pentacles, but actually the imagery doesn't even seem very Ten of Cups either for this one. So I don't know. Again, I'm definitely gonna have to sit with these twos. I'm gonna have to use this deck and see how it goes. in my opinion, because right now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really know. Okay. Okay, let's read the Queen of Dice. Okay. Queen of Dice, upright. You won't find a better gamer in all of Hawkins than Max. With her confidence, willpower, and outspoken honesty, she perfectly embodies the Queen of Dice. She emboldens you to think quickly, trust your assessments, and act accordingly. You may find yourself needing to make snap judgments. The Queen of Dice indicates you have the clarity you need to make decisions and advises you to say whatever it is on your mind. Upside down. Max doesn't back down to a challenge, and neither should you. There are situations that call for cooperation, but this isn't one of them. Your perception isn't wrong, even if others are trying to convince you otherwise. If you have been putting other people first, even though it means your needs are overlooked, this is your chance to stand up for yourself. So I do have to say, I do really like the information there is for the quartz, at least this one specifically. Very well done, in my opinion. So I do really like this. And they name who the person is featured in the card, which is really nice. Okay. And then lastly, the Wheel of Fortune. Upright. Even with a group of friends as loyal as the party, change is inevitable. This card calls your attention to ever-changing nature of life. Wherever you find yourself, know that it's impermanent and soon. Even the worst embarrassment or greatest joy will be behind you, making way for something new. Upside down. You're taking things too personally. Perhaps your best friend is moving to follow their dreams, and your reaction is to center your sadness, refusing to help them pack, skipping their going away party, and picking fights. None of these things will prevent the move. They will only sever your friendship. Working on accepting what the wheel spins your way instead of wasting your energy fighting it. Interesting take on the wheel. Obviously, it's indicative of what happens in the show when they move, but I do like that. I will say that overall, it's still a great deck to have in my collection personally. Obviously, this is going to be my opinion in regards to my own collection, but in regards to my own collection, I'm glad that I have it. I am a fan of Stranger Things, so I'm glad that I have something that represents Stranger Things within my tarot collection. In terms of the artwork, I do like the art style. I do feel that it is quite pippish and not indicative of a scenic tarot deck like you would typically see, in my opinion. Though Instant Editions is not really one to do clones, where they take an RWS deck and just like replace the RWS feeling to make more of a make it more themed with like Stranger Things, for example. They're not really one to do that. They've put out several decks and they have never done that with any of their decks. So this is pretty much representative of Insight Editions and the kind of decks that they put out. To be honest, to be very fair, I wish that they would have just gone Pip if that's what they wanted to do, because it doesn't really feel scenic, but it's not a straight up Pip deck either. It's kind of some weird mishmash in between. And in my opinion, a Pip deck I can use. I can, like, no matter what's going on in the card, I can use that because I can read based on numerology. I can do my own thing with it. This just feels a little in between, which honestly, for Stranger Things, the Upside Down and whatnot, this honestly is very in between. So I guess it's kind of representative of Stranger Things in a way. I'm going to have to sit with like the scoops and the spokes. I find them kind of confusing in terms of like imagery, where I see more, sometimes I'm seeing more cups vibes from the scoops and more pentacle vibes from the spokes. I guess it's because one is more earthy and then the other one is more drippy and whatnot, flowing and kind of more watery, in my opinion. So there's like a disconnect for me with those. So I'm going to have to definitely sit more with that. I will say that I really love how the guidebook is, though. I think the Casey Gilly does a great job in terms of writing. I do have another deck where Casey Gilly wrote the guidebook. Which one was it? Oh God, I don't even remember. I think it was the Universal Monsters one. That one was really well done. I really like that deck. Yeah, I think it was that one. Or maybe it was the Dark Crystal. I can't remember which one I have because I don't have that many that Casey Gilly wrote, specifically the guidebook. It might have been the Dark Crystal, actually. The Dark Crystal was well done. That was a straight up Pip deck, which I absolutely love. And the guidebook for that one was really well done as well. I really enjoyed it. So the guidebook is not bad. Like, for this particular deck, the guidebook is well done. There's a lot of thoughts and process that went through to read it. I'm just like flipping through right now and just like, scanning it. But like, there's a lot of effort that was put in. If there's someone in the card, there's a lot of information, how like the person relates to the thing. So I do like that, in my opinion. This is well done. I'm just like, I think there's just a disconnect for me with the scoops and the spokes, and I think I have to spend time with this deck to really understand more what's going on. And then obviously the fact that it's like trying to be pippy but also trying to be scenic, and I really just, in my opinion, just like pick one, or either pick one or do better in the sense of like be more like, because like they did really well the mix with the Pip and the scenic in Disney Villains and Nightmare Before Christmas. I absolutely love those decks, and they are a mix of the two, but this one feels like it's more trying to be Pip than scenic in a lot of its images. So I don't know, there's kind of like an interesting mix of what it's trying to do in the thing. It's trying to do too much is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's trying to do too much in one deck. So not my absolute favorite from Insight Editions. I do have several other decks that I love way more. I would probably pick, if I was going to pick an Insight Editions deck to use, there's a few others in my collection I probably gravitate towards first. Definitely the Necronomicon. I am loving that deck. It's amazing. Universal Monsters, Nightmare Before Christmas, Disney Villains for sure. Dark Crystal, 100%. Yeah, those are ones that I'd probably pick first if I was going to use an Inside Editions deck. Though, if you're someone who likes to collect decks, this is perfect for anyone's collection because it's based on a show that I know people really like. So in terms of that, I'm happy that it's in my collection, and I'm happy that I did request it to bring into the collection because I think it's definitely a good collector's item. And Inside Edition is definitely known for putting out things that are great for people to collect, in my opinion, especially when it comes to fandoms and things. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this particular deck. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful spooky month.